Time for a stock review. Are we going up or are we going down? We're going back to the laboratory right now. This is biopharmaceuticals. Always very scary. Can make you lots of money very quickly when the white powder comes raining down. But don't forget, it can also cost you a lot of money as well. Be very careful. This one could get you hot under the collar very quickly. So scratch your chin. Look at the numbers and decide whether this is a stock for you. Can you make money? This is not financial advice. I'm just here to help you, provide you with the information that you need. Remember, I only own the S&P. I'm completely impartial, completely open and fair. I just own the S&P, but I'm here to bring you the news about your favorite stocks. So this was asked for by one of our members. If you are a member of my channel, you can ask me to do a review for you with a super chat. And if you're lucky, you can get one for free, sometimes for $1, sometimes for $1 million. Depends how busy I am. And I'm busy all the time. So there you go. This has been paid for by $1 million super chat. Amazing, right? Let's get straight into the stock. It also accompanies the Meet the CEO series. Yes, we've interviewed many CEOs, and there's many more to come. If you would like your favorite CEO on the show, then you could do it. And I'm going to tell you just in a minute how you can do it. Shall we get to it? Let's get straight to it. Here we go. So what is BioPath Holdings? Before I tell you and reveal it all to you, you've got to tap the like button. Have you done it? If you haven't done it, I'll know. Right, I'll come around your house and say, oi, tap the like button, click subscribe and ring the bell. Make sure you ring the bell so you know what's going on. In this review, you are going to see a very, very scary chart, typical of biopharmaceuticals. I'm going to share with you the inside trading, who's buying, who's selling. I'm going to show you how it compares to the S&P. You have to compare it. I'm going to share with you the latest news. I'm going to share with you the website. Oh yes, I am even going to share with you the profitability score using the most advanced algorithmic software. Yes, looking at the balance sheet, looking at the numbers. All of this is going to be revealed to you right now so you can make an informed decision whether it's right for you. Remember, as an investor, I'm looking for a business I can hold forever that'll make me money. I'm not a trader. I don't get in and out and change my mind every 5 minutes. Oh no, I buy a business that works for me 24 hours a day, and I can sit back and relax and let everybody else do all the work while I get rich. Sounds good, right? That takes patience, research, and discipline. Have you got what it takes? Let's find out, shall we? All right, let's start with the basic information. What is this company? Did you tap the like button? I'm not so sure you did it. All right, okay, here we go. Let's have a look. As you can see here, what you're seeing here, clearly $3,600. This stock has had reverse splits. That's what's happened here. 10,000, 9,000, 12,000. What this means is the stock wasn't once upon a time $12,000 or whatever, and now it's only $1.84. What it's had reverse splits. You need to check the history of the stock to find out how many reverse splits, but I'm guessing quite a few, and probably 100 to 1 several times. That's why the stock price looks so amplified. It's just because compared to where we are today, that would be the price. I'm absolutely confident it was never $12,000. So anyway, as you can see, it listed March 4th, 2008, did absolutely nothing. Don't like that. Don't like seeing a stock listed and doing absolutely nothing. And then all of a sudden, here, we had this huge pop all the way back down again, up again, down again, and now we're going sideways again. This is obviously a very risky stock, obviously a trading stock, but you might feel it's an investment for you if you think these numbers are going to happen. They won't. This is artificial because of the reverse split. Anyway, what is it? BioPath Holdings is a biotechnology company which engages in the development of therapies for acute myeloid leukemia, AML, and chronic myeloid leukemia. Its product pipeline includes, oh, here we go, biopharmaceuticals, long words, Prexigebersen, Like that. First time I've read it. BP 1001A, BP 1002, BP 1003. Show more. I want to know more. The company was founded by Peter H. Nielsen. Now, Peter, we'd love to have you on the show. If you'd like to be on the show, you are very, very welcome. How we get you on the show is this. I can guarantee you that we'll rank for number 1 or number 2 in the world on YouTube for your stock. We do, as soon as we start covering the stocks, that happens very, very quickly. I'm not here to pump and dump your stock. I only own the S&P. But what I am here to do is tell your story to the world of investors. And we have a world of investors here. And we have a very engaged audience. In fact, we have the most highest engagement rate of any channel on YouTube. 98% of our live viewers are members. So you'll probably appreciate that. I won't contact you and try to sell you my services. I don't believe in that. However, what will happen is your investors will message you via the investor relations website. So email the founder and CEO here. Email him or investor relations and ask him to be on the show and get backwards and forwards. Tell them you're an investor. Build up a relationship, and when they're interested, then you can put them on to me, martyn@martynlucas.com, and hopefully we can get your favorite business on the show. Douglas P. Morris, Gabriel Lopez-Berestein, and Anna Tari Ashizawa. I hope I pronounced that correctly. In 2007, headquarters in Bellaire, Texas, just down the road from me. 10 employees. There's our CEO, Peter H. Nielsen, and founded in 2007. If you're buying it on margin, I use margin all the time. It's very, very risky, regarded as a very, very high risk stock, 100%. So if you're buying it on margin, you've got the least room for error. Market cap, 3 million, very, very small company. Well, anything around $1 million, we can actually move the stock. It does appear, because when a company is very small, with the numbers that we have, and everyone gets excited and it ranks number 1 on YouTube and everyone buys it, sometimes we can see it moving. This one, I doubt very much. It's too big for us. But that's not the point. It's just a bit of entertainment, the fact I mentioned that. Anyway, 3.7 million. That's always also an issue as well for biopharmaceuticals. They're very risky because they have to spend a lot of money researching development, and they can make money very quickly, but they can lose money very quickly too because of the high risk involved. If any of their trials goes badly, someone has a test and it goes badly wrong, their money can go down the toilet. They also need a lot of money to pay for research and development as well. So a very difficult company when you don't have much money, but we'll cover the money in a minute. Price earnings ratio, obviously it's losing money. No dividend yield, average volume, very low volume, no volume today, no one's buying it. That means you can get in the stock and stuck in it. What that means is, if you try and sell a stock, remember, you can only sell a stock if someone's buying. You can't sell a stock if no one's buying it. That's just how it works. So you have to lower the price and you pay less. People set lower buy limits and you might be stuck in a stock and it can keep going down. Earnings. How's earnings been going? Oh, that's encouraging. Earnings has been going steadily up. We like to see that on a business. It's losing money. It's missing expectations, but recently it's been beating expectations and moving up steadily. That's a very good sign on a stock that is going down so much and quite possibly heading towards that nice cash positive level as well. Who else is buying the stock? This will tell us the direction of the stock, the volatility of the stock, an indication. It's being bought from people that like this sector: SNDL, Tilray Brands, Centro, Ocugen, Zomedica, and Aurora. That's interesting that it has that sector. Now, what that tells me is, obviously, people that invest in these companies for pain relief and relaxation have found something they like in this particular company, which could be one reason why you've got those people buying it. But also what you have is volatility, because these stocks are very risky until we get full legalization from the US government, which will probably come before the election because it's an election winner. That will tell you the stock is going to be quite volatile. All right, there's the basic look at the stock. Let's go over now and start start going into some more detail. Have you tapped the like button yet? And have you subscribed to the channel? I hope you have. Let's scroll down Biopath. Let's have a little look here. And we can sometimes see inside buying. No, there's nothing to share with you there. We will have more in depth in a moment. But let's look first of all at the website. This is the company. A new path in DNA-powered medicine, an oncology-focused, and let me zoom in for you, it's very small text, as much as I can, there you go, focused biotechnology company, leveraging its innovative DNA abilize platform technology to deliver DNA therapeutics directly to cancer cells. Delivering a better path for cancer patients. I apologize for the white screen. It's very glary. I like to use dark screens on my show, so I apologize for that. Giving previously untreatable cancer patients a fighting chance. We are developing a targeted cancer treatment that offer effective therapy without harsh side effects so that even the most fragile patients can have tolerable treatment options. I'm not going to read any more. The rest is for you to decide yourself. I will warn you though, if you are buying a biopharmaceutical stock, anything to do with medicine, science, breakthrough technologies, and all the rest of it, you do need to do the most of research. It looks incredibly opportunistic. Yes, it's very volatile. You can get very rich and very poor in an instant, like I've explained earlier in the video. So don't just look at the chart and go, well, they're doing a cure for cancer and the stock is violently up and violently down. That is true. However, if you are going to buy this and you're not a gambler and you're not just trying to catch a trend, but you are actually an investor, this is the hardest stock to win on because you have to do your research. You have to read and find out if this company has something unique that nobody else has. Does it have patents or patents, depending from the US, UK, in place? Does it have protections? How are the trials going? Really, in my humble opinion, and there's nothing humble about me, I'm only joking. In my humble opinion, I'm quoting Dan Penner, by the way. He always makes me laugh when he talks about that. Anyway, in my humble opinion, the only people that should be investing in biopharmaceutical stocks are either gamblers, I'm not that, or people that know a lot about science, and understand where this company's going. If you do not, and you've got no idea about medicine or science or technology, you're just guessing and thinking, well, this is the cure for cancer. This could be great. There are hundreds and thousands of companies doing similar things, all wanting to be the breakthrough company. Chris Schultz in the chat right now is expressing a view. He's got a favorite stock, which is in the cancer space. And many will fail. Most will fail. It's very difficult to achieve the goal. But just bear that in mind. This may not be the best way to make money. It can be, but you have to know your business. And I know for a fact that Chris spends a lot of time understanding and studying his stock. He's always talking about his stock in the chat. So just do your research if you are buying this kind of thing. All right, let's move on now and look at some latest news that you might find interesting. Acute, and in a minute, we're going to come on to the numbers and so on, the most important part. Acute myeloid leukemia market size expected to reach 2.97 billion by 29 as clinical trials increase. A terrible headline. A terrible headline. You may have seen people who walk into Shark Tank. I know, because I've spoken to Mark Cuban. I know firsthand. The worst thing that you can say to me, an investor, a financial angel, or whatever, is walk in or present to them that the market that we are in is worth gazillion dollars, and if only we have 1% of it, we'll all be gazillionaires. It's incredibly difficult taking space from the Coca-Cola shelf, for example. It's incredibly difficult to take any inch of space from the iPhone shelf. This is exactly the same. So to say it's a great sector because it's a huge market and there's huge potential, that's like saying that the space industry landing on the moon landing on Mars is a gazillion, trillion, zillion, billion, gazillion. Probably is. And if only I had 1%, I only want 1% of it. Well, yeah, but have you even got a rocket? Well, no. Well, you're not even starting then, are you? So just remember, it's the hardest entry point just because it's a huge market does not. I mean, that's a terrible, terrible statement there. I would never, ever use that. And that would scare me off from the stock straight away. I don't know if they wrote that, probably not. But if you got a company who presents their news by saying, we've got this massive market which we're entering, run the other way. Because it's designed to pull people in to think, oh my God, this is brilliant. There's a massive market here. If only they get a little bit of it, we're going to be rich. No, run the other way. Always. Let's have a look. FN Media Group news commentary according to according to reports by acute according to a report from Mordor, hello, thou shall not pass. Lord of the Rings. Mordor, bloody hell, throw it in the fire straight away. Mordor Intelligence, the acute myeloid leukemia market size is estimated at 1.83 billion in 24 and is expected to reach 2.97 billion, growing at a CAGR of 10.15 during the forecast period. The report said key factors propelling the growth of this market and the high incidence and prevalence of acute myeloid leukemia, advancements in pharmacology and molecular biology to promote drug development and increasing investment in research and development by pharmaceutical companies according to the American Cancer Society, is estimated that there will be 60,650 new leukemia cancer cases, of which 24... Right, do you know what? I'm going to stop reading it. That is not important. Let's jump down here. I don't care how big the sector is. Everyone's going to get cancer. So if we can get a cure, we're all going to get rich. No. Let's not look at investing like that. So we're going to skip all of that. Let's get to active biotech pharma companies in the markets this week include Acumen Pharmaceuticals, Biopath, that's what we're talking about. Okay, anything great to say about them specifically, or just how amazing the sector is? No, rubbish. I'm not going to use that. That's a rubbish piece of information. Let's come down to where we talk about this business. Scrolling on down, it's a live video. Are you going to talk about this business, or are we just going to ramble of how... Oh, here we go. Finally, we get to what we want. Biopath company leveraging its proprietary DNA abilize liposomal delivery and antisense technology to develop a portfolio of targeted nucleic acid cancer drugs, recently presented interim results. Now we're getting to the bones of it, from the company's phase 2 study, BP1001, in combination with decatibine and, always hard, right? Venetoclax for the treatment of acute myeloid leukemia, AML, in a poster presentation at 2024 European Hematology Association Congress on June the 14th, 2024 in Spain. Right. George Courts, MD, Director of Georgia Cancer Center, presented data showing Prexigebersen. Apologize for my pronunciation. I'm not a scientist. I'm just presenting the information, right? Continues to be well tolerated and has now demonstrated compelling efficacy results in 2 reporting cohorts, including a valuable newly diagnosed AML patients and valuable refractory relapsed AML patients, both of which exceeded outcomes with frontline therapy. It was a pleasure to present these compelling data to an audience of European oncologists who treat AML patients and understand the continued great need for new therapeutic options, said Peter Nielsen, Chief Executive Officer of Biopath. Given that our study is being conducted in the US, this encore presentation is an important step towards educating global oncology leaders of the benefits of this and is potentially to be another tool in their fight against AML. That, however, is the bones of the story, and that is good. Okay, let's now look at a back test very quickly, and then we'll go into the numbers of the stock. Have you tapped the like button yet? I do hope that you have. Okay, let's have a look. If we compare to the S&P, and you have to, because it's your money. You know, if you put $10,000 in the S&P back in 2015, you would now have tripled your money, 3x, and you'd have 31,000. If you put $10,000 in Biopath Holdings at the same period, invest in the dividends on the S&P, I know you can't hear on Biopath, you would now have $1.88. You probably wouldn't be very happy right now. No. You wouldn't be. So there's really no point looking at macro conditions, 2020, COVID, because, you know, the stock was on its bum and the S&P had some retraction. But of course, this stock was just going sideways. So comparing to the S&P is important, but not really going to help us other than the fact we can see it didn't do anything. So that's let's understand that. Now let's go into a much more important piece of information where I use AlphaSpread. AlphaSpread is the most advanced algorithmic software you can use. My members can all get a free plan of this, or they can unlock all the features and use as many as they want, and they can use as a member of mine, get a discount so good it makes my membership for free. Okay, now then, valuation. It says here that it were overvalued by 94%, but because of the lack of information, there's it doesn't use DCF valuation, so we can't compare, we can't find a true value of the business at the moment. Revenue, very little information. We've had no reporting from the company since 2018. Hasn't been reporting anything. Not good. Straight away, it's not a buy from me. In very, very risky sector, I wouldn't buy it anyway. If you like this sector, you're better off buying an ETF of biopharmaceuticals or Johnson & Johnson or Pfizer, which will buy out all these companies the moment they have anything to share. Right, that's what happens. So just buy J&J, just buy Pfizer, or buy a basket of funds, an ETF of biopharmaceuticals. I wouldn't buy this. Not enough information, not intrinsic value. I'm not a scientist. I don't know if they've got the greatest cure yet. I don't know. You might know. But no reporting since 2018? What's going on? Right? That's their revenue. Okay, so they've had no revenue reported. That doesn't mean they're not reporting SEC filings. There's just no revenue. That's what I'm saying. They have reported March 24. They reported, but as you can see, it's a plus, up 10%, but we're not expected to see any growth really going forward. No projection of growth. Net income is up 13%, good, but no real projected income going forward. Financing cash flow, up 8%, that's good, that's good. So no real growth here, projected. So another reason not to buy it. Investing cash flow, not good. Operating cash flow, up 23%, that's good. So basically where we are right now is if you know the stock, you know the science, you believe in it, you believe it's undervalued, operating cash flow, certain metrics are moving in the right direction. There's been no reportable revenue, however, but there is improved income. You might like it. I wouldn't buy it, but you might like it. What about the balance sheet? 1.8 million in assets, of which cash is 188. Well, they haven't got any money. They're going to have to dilute. They're going to have to find outside investors. They've got no money. They've got 4 million in liabilities, no long-term debt to report, no short-term debt, just running costs. Very expensive doing what they're doing. So we've got liabilities here, upside down balance sheet. That's no good. Operating margin, not applicable, not making any money. Not applicable, not applicable. ROCE, negative 399%. Now you might go, well, Warren Buffett used to buy businesses that are on the backside and they're about to break through. Yes, but he researched the business. He knows what to buy. You've got to be a scientist. You've got to read the numbers. Have they got a breakthrough technology which you can buy the whole company right now and own it? I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue. But all these numbers aren't good. I'd rather buy a business that is a great business that will grow and become an even greater business. Right now, there is no business. You're banking everything on the company, coming out with some breakthrough, drug, medicine, whatever, and doing great. But it's got no money. How can it execute? It has to borrow money. It has to get finance. Obviously, the finance can come if it breaks through. But look at that. Profitability, nothing. It's not the lowest I've seen, but not far off. It's making nothing at all. What about solvency? Well, that's actually not as bad as I thought. I would have guessed we were in the 20s with 38. So short-term solvency, rubbish. Long-term solvency, rubbish. Low Altman Z score, rubbish. But low DE is a tick, 38%. So. And by the way, low DE, I just thought I'd show you, is debt to equity is very low and is equal to 0. So they don't have the debt, they just have the liabilities. That's why debt to equity, why it's managed to keep a solvency score. But like I've always said, don't get too carried away with a solvency score, because if I had $10 and I had no debts and no liabilities, I would have a 100% solvency score, wouldn't I? Obviously, because I've got $10 and I've got no debts and no liabilities and no expenses, my balance sheet will be exemplary. Can I grow a business from $10? Obviously not. So don't get carried away by that number. It's not good. But look at Wall Street. This is where you take the gamble. 1,000% upside, worst case scenario. Look at that. Worst, best, average, 1,000%. So whichever way you slice it, the potential is huge if they pull it off. No short interest, 3.97, nothing to shout about. How about that? So let me do my final review here. Is this a stock you can buy? Is this one for you? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Well, I don't buy these sort of stocks. I wouldn't anyway, even if I was an investor. I would buy Pfizer, or I would buy J&J, who will buy these companies. However, if your goal is to become super rich and a gazillionaire, and you know all about science, and you know all about their product, and you know the ins and outs of their trials and their technologies, their breakthrough, their sciences, and you think, yes, this company are going to do it, then ask yourself, have they got the money? No. Is their balance sheet awful? Are they going to go bust? Short term? No. Where's the money going to come from to continue to do the research? Or is it all about to come good now? You need to know all that. It's not a buy from me. You'd have to know a lot about this. It's a lot of risk, but their balance sheet is okay, but they don't have any money. They're going to have to go to the investor. They're going to have to go to other to outside investment, or maybe they're about to break through and the money's going to come piling in and they can reinvest their profits. There you go, BioPath Holdings, a review done for one of my members. Hope you like it. Click above my head, down below in the description. Over here and over here for more stuff in the series. I'll put my full Alpha Spread playlist, and I'll create a brand new playlist down here for BioPath Holdings. We will rank number 1 for this stock within a few days, I'm sure, up and down here. And if you want me to cover the earnings, cover any news, you want me to get up early in the morning and do earnings before the market or after market, a super chat, and I'll do it for you. And we can build a whole playlist around this stock. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.